We can get your phone working today.
Beatty Chevrolet is celebrating 85 years of low prices. And during Truck Month, choose from over 400 trucks and SUVs, all deeply discounted. Like a new Silverado, now 25% off. A new Equinox, now 20% off. And a certified pre-owned 15 Equinox or Terrain, now $16,995. Plus, buy with confidence with the Beatty warranty for life.
Big selection and even bigger savings. That's why it's better at Beatty Chevrolet.
Stock number 232, savings off MSRP, include all dealer savings and manufacturer incentives with approved credit list finance through GM. Offer expires 8/31/18.
When you're out running around shopping for all your holiday gatherings, don't forget to grab the Mrs. Grissom's. Mrs. Grissom's salads and cheese spreads are perfect when you need a delicious, easy meal and ready-to-eat containers the whole crowd will enjoy, like the Select Old-Fashioned Pimento Cheese or Cranberry Pecan Chicken Salad or the classic Mrs. Grissom's Ham Salad. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's. Find recipe ideas and coupons at mrsgrissoms.com. Dan Mullen posing awkwardly with recruits.
For what?
Gators working out wearing costumes.
For what?
Vanderbilt making a sorority-style video.
For what?
Aaron Murray and David Pollock opening their mouths.
For what?
I'm trying to be cool here. I'm trying to be cool. I'm Woosan over here. But Comcast, man, I tell you what. Y'all get today's for what? We're trying to do a show over here. National Signing Day. One of the biggest times of the year, Comcast. Get your ish together. My gosh. My next for what goes to the NFL because Alvin Kamara is not a Pro Bowler. He was not voted in the Pro Bowl. What kind of sense does that make? One of the most electric, one of the most feared weapons in the NFL, and Alvin Kamara does not make the Pro Bowl. Makes no sense at all. The dude is one of the most valuable players on the Saints. He opens up the offense so much with his versatility. Yahoo has him as the number one snub in list of 10. The number one snub, that is Alvin Kamara. Last year, he was a Pro Bowler, but this year is not? Oh, man. I guess Saquon Barkley took Alvin Kamara's place because it's him, it's Todd Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott. No Alvin Kamara.
Well, that's my question is who are you taking off out of Ezekiel Elliott, Todd Gurley, and Saquon Barkley? Because those are the three leading rushers in the NFL right now, all over 1,000 yards rushing, and the only three over 1,000 yards rushing. And right now, Alvin is 12th in rushing. So, yes, I agree that Alvin Kamara was snubbed. He should be on the Pro Bowl roster, but who are you taking
16
off?
total touchdowns, 627 receiving yards.
You definitely can't take him over.
And Alvin has 860 rushing yards. Like, it ain't like he's far away from 1,000.
I know. It's
so,
just
Saquon can sit down.
I don't know, dude. Almost 1,200 rushing yards as a rookie, 9 touchdowns, 14 rushes of 20 yards or more.
16 total touchdowns.
He's averaging 5 yards a carry.
I'm going Kamara, man.
I know. I'm with you. Alvin should. They need an all-purpose player, and that's what Alvin needs to be. Quite frankly.
Comcast gonna make me cuss, man. Comcast, whew. Well, you wait till the show's over. You just wait. You just wait till the show's over, Comcast. You just wait. This poor customer service lady or man, I'm gonna apologize now. It ain't your fault.
I hope you're listening because this is your apology.
It ain't your fault. I'm apologizing now, but just wait till the show's over. Who we got there?
We've got Andy in D'Arval.
Andy, good morning.
What's up?
What's up?
All I'm going to say is I think it's going to be a good day. I really think Tennessee is really going to start this. We've been building this atomic bomb for a while.
Really?
Drop on Georgia and Alabama.
Andy.
Bag up, Terry. Put it reverse, Terry.
Andy. Not Georgia and Alabama. Let's not get too excited. They
think so?
They recruiting at a high level, Andy. They recruiting at a high level.
I don't know. They ain't recruiting Darnell. They
Yeah.
recruiting Crouch.
No. I mean, they might not be able to get those guys,
But they got Nolan Smith, the #1 guy in the country. They got Bill Norton out from underneath Tennessee.
Well, I think Bill Norton's going into changing his mind pretty soon.
Well, he can't change
He
his
already
mind.
signed at Georgia, Andy. It's too late.
So
it's too
when
late.
they sign their letter of intent, they can't flip.
No, they can't flip, man. It's over.
Oh.
When you sign it, man, it's over. It's over.
Oh well, you know what Fred says. We don't care. Have fun. You have fun over there.
All right, Andy, man. Thanks. Oh man, that was great.
You and I, both of our eyes lit up when Andy got excited right there. We thought we might have to hit the dump button there for a second.
Yeah, Andy was getting pumped, man.
He got me a little nervous.
Andy was getting excited. Andy was getting pumped. Listen, I totally get it.
He should be.
I totally get it. But Alabama is drafting players out here.
Now,
we understand that.
Andy, you can say that about Florida, about South Carolina. Tennessee's out recruiting those guys right now.
Yep. Let's get back to the phones. Let's get to DR Vol. DR Vol, good morning.
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
Man, we're better, man. We're better. I thought I was going to have to roll up on Comcast during the show, but we good now. We got it back.
With the fist balled up.
Yeah. I've got two things I want to touch on. One was a tweet that Ben tweeted, thought it was interesting, about the linemen we've recruited last 3 or 4 years. With the news of Tanner Antonui, are they going to go after a late guy to try to add another offensive lineman to this class, or you think they're kind of full up?
Here's an interesting note, because every time there's a player that is going to transfer or dismiss, everyone asks the question, okay, can we get those numbers for recruiting? And the answer is no. It goes towards the 85 total scholarships. But I'm going to throw some information out here to you that should help people understand that we can actually gain another commitment or two. Because of Tanner Antonui taking a medical hardship, you get that scholarship back. Okay? Also, Devontae Brooks might have taken a medical hardship, and you're going to get that scholarship to add to this class as well. So those are two extra numbers that you did not have a couple months ago that you're going to have now.
I didn't know that about Brooks. I knew he hadn't played. I guess that's because of injury this year.
That's why. Yep, that's why.
Okay.
That's because of injury. Now, if, let's say, Chance Hall does the same thing, then you'll have that scholarship too to add to this class if that happens with Chance Hall. It has not happened to my knowledge, but Devontae Brooks and Tanner Antonui, it has happened.
God, we should have 40 scholarships all the injuries we've had last 2 years.
I know, man.
The other question I got is about an injury. I was listening to an interview with David Ubben, and he said that Wanye's had a hip injury he's kind of played through, and that when he gets to Tennessee, he may have to have surgery. Is that something's going to keep him? Is that a prolonged recovery, or do you know anything about that?
He that scares me a little bit because of what happened with Tanner Antonui, but it shouldn't be a problem that's long term. You know, we've lost a couple guys over the last couple of years where their careers are over. I mean, you think about Trey Smith possibly. You think about
Jack Jones.
Jack Jones, and now Tanner Antonui. And so that's why you have to, when you bring in kids on their official visit or maybe their official visits, man, you gotta get your medical team with them. When I was on my visit to Tennessee, the medical team looked at my knee because I hurt my knee my senior season in the regular season, and it affected me all the way up until my freshman year. Even as a freshman in fall camp, they tried to put me in a knee brace because my knee just wasn't 100%. And so when you bring a kid on, yes, you are measuring his physical talents. Yes, you're sitting down with him telling him you want him, but if he has an injury, I think you have to look at him the same way the NFL teams look at a player when they come to the combine. And their first day is in the hospital doing x-rays, things like that. So I don't think Tennessee would move forward on anyone considering the position that we're in with injuries and lack of depth going forward with the kid if there was a long-term concern. What's wrong? What's wrong, man? What's wrong, Ben? You okay?
Nope.
Yes, bad news over there?
Yep.
All right.
And it is things that we heard yesterday that we briefly mentioned on the show.
Craig Fitzgerald officially?
Not officially, but Maryland Terps, some Maryland account tweeted, Maryland is very close to finalizing a deal with strength and conditioning coach Craig Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald currently holds the same position at Tennessee and is one of the best in the business.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday, and I'll be honest. And D.R. Vol, thank you so much, man. Thanks so much for the phone call, man. Good to hear from you. I was on the phone yesterday about this whole Craig Fitzgerald thing, and I talked to many people in the industry, and that's been the word that he was going to maybe leave. It's been a really hard decision for him. I'll just, and I don't want to pile up on Craig Fitzgerald at all because I understand how hard of a decision it is for him. I mean, he wanted this job here. See, he was in the NFL. He reached out to Jeremy Pruitt, and Maryland had what happened over the summer with the kid, passing away. They fired their head coach. They brought in a new guy, and that new guy so happens to be someone that Fitzgerald is really tight with, and that's Mike Locksley. Those guys have talked all season long. They're really close, and he is also really good friends with the owner of Under Armour. Those guys, from my understanding, is some other candidates out there that were in the conversations last year that will get an opportunity this year. I think Jeremy Pruitt is prepared for Fitzgerald leaving, and if he does indeed leave, there will be a plan put in place. But for today, it's all about National Signing Day. It's all about getting these players, and that's where the focus should be because it doesn't matter who the strength coach is. If you don't have really good players, you're not going to win games. Getting good players is the most important thing. Tennessee paid their strength coach $600,000. Fitzgerald was the second highest paid strength coach in the country. If Maryland wants to offer that up, hey, man, good for Maryland. But I can tell you one thing, there's going to be a lot of other really great strength coaches out there that see that money that Tennessee is offering, that see this new strength and conditioning weight room, see all the new equipment, and I don't think Jeremy Pruitt and Coach Foreman is going to have much of a problem getting a really good strength coach to replace Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame Craig Fitzgerald for going back to his alma mater. It would be hard for me not to do the same if I was in his shoes, just knowing how much I care about my alma mater. But it is frustrating, and it stings because of how much you invested in him, how much money you were paying him. You completely overhauled the strength and conditioning room, the weight room. And then now it's what, the fourth strength and conditioning coach in 4 years, or is it 3 in 3 years?
It might be 3 in 3 years, 4 in 4 years, and 5 in 5 years.
Too many.
I mean, it's been a lot of turnover. Yeah, it's been a lot of turnover. But I think Craig Fitzgerald, being as good as he is, he laid a great foundation. It wasn't like Mike Surgeon, who was a strength coach and was going in reverse. Like, he was going in reverse, and then the next guy had to come in and fix it. Craig Fitzgerald laid a great foundation, pointing us in the right direction. So if he does leave, the next guy will be able to come in and keep the thing going. in the right direction. That's the difference between this move as opposed to a couple moves before. Hour 3 coming up.
If you love the Swain Event and you want more of the show every day, you can now get it with Swain Event Plus. Swain Event Plus features exclusive, in-depth interviews with former Vols.
She saved my life. I probably would have never made the college, man. I looked at him and said, Coach, no disrespect. I'm going to Tennessee. I'm going to play in the SEC.
With Swain Event Plus, you can also get access to the exclusive podcast Reel on the Hill with Tennessee media legend John Bryce.
What is going on there with that battle?
I had lunch with some folks over the course of this past week who indicated some inside the program believe that Jarrett Garantano is really ready to take that next step.
So go to SwainEventPlus.com right now to sign up and check out all of the amazing extras that you can get. That's SwainEventPlus.com. Get more.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and LowTCenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? If so, then call me, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. I take a no-nonsense approach to the real estate transaction. No fluff, just facts. Having lived and worked in the Knoxville area for 19 years, I am very familiar with the local real estate landscape and am ready to help you get the most money for your property with the least amount of hassle in the shortest amount of time. No one likes for their home to sit on the market for months at a time. If a straightforward approach to your real estate needs is what you prefer, then give me a call. Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
If you're among the 40% of obese American adults, you know that diet and exercise doesn't always work. The National Institute of Health recognizes bariatric surgery as the most effective, long-term treatment for severe obesity. Premier Surgical's 2 bariatric offices, Foothills Weight Loss Surgeons, and New Life Center for Bariatric Surgery have helped thousands of East Tennesseans change their lives and health. Weight loss surgery has been shown to improve or resolve many obesity-related conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and sleep apnea. To learn if bariatric surgery is right for you, attend one of the free seminars offered each month by New Life Center for Bariatric Surgery at Tenova Turkey Creek or Foothills Weight Loss Surgeons at Fort Sanders Regional. Visit our bariatric surgery page at premiersurgical.com for more information. Premier Surgical, expertise you can trust.
You're listening to the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com.
Eight 255-03 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. And I apologize for Comcast issues this morning, but it seems like we're good to go now. Let's see here. Chris from Dyer says maybe we can send Maryland Craig Fitzpatrick instead of Craig Fitzgerald. D Radio 6 saying seeing more shadow Fitz going to Maryland. What are y'all hearing? We do not need to leave him. 5 strength coaches in 5 years ain't going to cut it. We need some consistency, especially with the medical retirement yesterday. Yes. Let's see here. Just got a note. Austin Price on VolQuest put his latest intel on Fitzgerald, and Maryland has him staying put at Tennessee.
That would be surprising.
Been told he's decided against going home. Obviously, things could change, but that's what he's being told this morning. Yesterday, I talked to someone who said he was going, and then I talked to someone in the strength and conditioning world who said that he was staying, but then that person said, "Oh, never mind. That changed. He's going. And this is why I'll be upset if he leaves, but not necessarily at him, just at the situation. I know from talking to people that he really wants to do right by Tennessee. He understands that he started something. Like, he reached out for this job, and he started something. And, man, that's a hard message to send to your kids about finishing something. And I'm saying his kids, but kids that you're training about starting something and not finishing it. And this decision is very tough for him because I know his family likes Knoxville a lot. When I train kids over there at Catholic High School, I know that his kids go over there, and I've seen him a couple times. I just give him a head nod. I don't bother him or anything like that. But I know how much they like this community. They really do. And it's a really tough decision for him. But if he were to leave, I would not feel good about it at all. But just because, man, Tennessee invested a lot of money into him and gave him whatever he needed. And home is home. I get it. That's why you're hearing conflicting reports, because I think his family and he is really, 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 really torn about this. And I hope he stays. I really do. I really do. So Austin Price, VolQuest. Again, I'm on the show dealing with Comcast's BS, not able to keep my ears on the ground like I would normally like to do. But Austin Price just put out on VolQuest that his latest is that Fitzgerald is staying. His latest. And, again, these things are fluent. Maybe Maryland backs up the Brinks truck even a little bit more. He is friends with the owner of Under Armour. He is boys with the head coach of Mike Loxley. They may make an offer that Fitzgerald can't refuse. But according to Austin Price right now, he is staying. I've been on record to say that the strength coach is the most important coach on the staff besides the head coach. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it wouldn't be a big deal. It would be a big deal.
It would be a huge deal.
It would be a huge deal because now you got to go replace a really good strength coach.
Again.
Let's go to the phones. Let's get to Buck Nasty. Buck Nasty, good morning.
What's going on, Swaino?
Everything, Buck Nasty. Everything is going on this morning.
It's a wild, wild morning in West Tennessee this morning. We got the recruits coming in left and right. This is announcing, that's announcing. It's going to be a big day, Tater.
That's right. That's right.
I'm glad to hear the news on Fitzgerald, but if he decides to leave, and if's the biggest two-letter word in the dictionary, I'd like to go ahead and put in my choice for new strength and conditioning coach.
You?
And that would be the one and only, the Superman from Compton, C.T. Fletcher.
C.T. Fletcher.
Y'all know this guy?
I do not.
Oh, Swain.
Where is he?
He is in Compton, son, and he's worth a Google, but he's nothing that you can post on the air because he gets in your rear end and he gets in there right so when it comes to getting ready to build your body, son. He is a monster, and he's actually a huge motivational speaker, and I'd love to have him at Knoxville sometime. The man had to have a heart transplant.
Oh, he crazy.
And he come back, and he's still big, still pumping iron. He actually was the world's strongest man at one time, and that's all he does is train folks.
Oh, this dude
and you have got to look him up, Swain. I'll post something on Twitter for you because he is a monster.
This dude would have our team sucking their thumbs out the workouts.
Man, I'm telling you, it ain't nothing to jack with.
Man,
he is as nasty as Buck Nasty himself, I'm telling you.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But now I just thought I'd call and tell y'all who my choice was. Y'all look him up sometime when the women and children ain't around because he does like to let the four-letter words fly every once in a while. And he'll tell you that the doctor will prescribe you wax paper so your candy rear end won't stick to the car seat on the way home.
Hey, man, he's intense, man. He's intense, Buck Nasty. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate the phone call there.
I say since Kane is Knox County mayor. We can just let him be the strength and conditioning coach if Greg Fitzgerald leaves.
Hey, how about we just tell Craig Fitzgerald to sit down somewhere?
No,
and don't
you're
go
not
anywhere.
leaving.
And don't go anywhere, man. Let's get to Vol Nation. Vol Nation, good morning.
And Vol Nation dropped literally as soon as you said that. Penny must have cut his line.
I mean, Comcast acting crazy. Go to Vol Nation. He drops.
But Tennessee may receive some good news at 9:45. That is when Baylor commit is supposed to announce his decision. Speedy receiver from Texas. Tennessee needs a speedy receiver.
Jalen Ellis tweeted out that 12 o'clock last night that he's going to sign and shut some things down today. So we will see. Austin Price, again on VolQuest, said that this morning his latest is that Craig Fitzgerald is staying put. I know it's been a really tough decision for him to make. Home is home, but, man, you started something here, Tennessee. You started something here. You asked these players to give you all that they have every single day when they enter their weight room, and they did that for you. They gave you all that they had. And you can tell because we have not had the amount of injuries. I know there's times during the football games where you ask yourself, did these guys even lift weights? Because the guy in front of them is just bigger and stronger and better. But these players have bought in 100%.
So this is interesting. Jalen Ellis tweeted 3 minutes ago. He quote tweeted one of his buddies who tweeted out a video that he committed to Baylor. And then Jalen Ellis quote tweeted it and said, "Man, would have been nice playing with your family. Best of luck."
Come on home, Jalen Ellis. Come on home. Come on home. And he commits when? 9:45?
9:45 indeed.
Is that Eastern time or Central? Because he's in Texas.
He put a heart emoji. So he did not clarify what time. I'm assuming since he's in Texas, it would probably be Central time. So maybe we have to wait until 10:45.
Justin Boygby tweeted out, I already know my decision is going to make a lot of people mad, but it's my decision.
Uh-oh.
Hashtag National Signing Day 19.
Can I go ahead and shoot my shot?
No, leave him alone. Don't tweet him. He knows his decision.
I was just going to show him Andy's tattoo.
No. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Chip Payne says, so Penny works at Comcast too? Just cutting everybody that's associated with Tennessee. I think so, man. I think so. 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Hey, this day may end up being really, really, really good for Tennessee. I mean, I woke up anticipating Craig Fitzgerald to leave, but Tennessee's still doing a good job in recruiting. But we may just get Craig Fitzgerald staying and some really good players in recruiting. How about that?
I mean, Jalen Ellis and Justin Boygby would fill two needs that Tennessee has not filled in this class.
Oh, man.
Speedy receiver and an edge rusher. Two things that this class, it's really what this class is lacking. I guess it was Jay called in yesterday, and he was concerned about the front seven of this recruiting class.
This class needs a lot, man.
I tell you what, Quavaris Crouch and Justin Boygby would kind of not be as worrisome with the front seven in this class.
Let's get to Vol Nation. Vol Nation, thanks, man.
Morning, family. How y'all doing, man?
Good, man.
No problem. Hey, I'm excited about this recruiting class today, man, and what we're going to be bringing in. I know that they got some guys, of course, great, is trying to commit somewhere tomorrow, and then we got some other guys to wait on January 5th and, of course, February 6th, which I'll be up there with you guys February 6th for National Signing Day,
yes, sir.
As usual. I've got my wife. I'm going to probably bring my wife this year because I told her, baby, you're going to take off.
Yes, man, yes.
So we can come up and have some barbecue. I don't think she's ever been to Dead End, man, so I can't wait to get her up there and try some of them beef tips and good barbecue and some wings. Those wings were off the chain last time, and get a little bit of banana pudding. My mouth is already watering, man.
Let's go.
But listen to you guys, man. I was just thinking about, we hadn't mentioned anything about the offensive coordinator position, and already we got two commits, one with Ramel Keaton and one with Jackson Lowe, 4 stars. One's a tight end, one's a wide receiver. And they're coming in here because they love Tennessee and they believe in the program. They believe in Coach Pruitt, and it goes back to his prowess. It goes back to his the belief that the players have in him. And I think we just got a great coach, man. I'm looking for a really well-rounded class, and then once they get some kids locked up today, they can then focus on some of those even bigger, big-time recruits that want to sign later on. So. I'm pretty excited about the whole situation, but I didn't know if there were any surprises today that you might, have in the back of your mind that someone might sign, like a Darnell Wright or something like that today or maybe tomorrow, which is maybe a little bit different than maybe what they had mentioned before just because of the excitement around the program.
Well, I think the surprise guy you can look at right now is Jalen Ellis. I mean, he's a guy that's been committed to Baylor. He has not given much indication that he was going to flip. But over the last 24 hours, if you're a Tennessee fan, you got to think you have a really good shot with him because of some of the latest developments, him deciding to go ahead and sign and get things over with. His quote tweet of a Baylor commit saying that, basically wish you luck, like he's not going to play with him. So, hey, I think he is one to look at. Justin Boygby is one to look at, just to see what happens with him. I want to go back to Craig Fitzgerald a little bit here because a lot of people are reacting to this Maryland Terps breaking news account at Mo_Terps that has 86 followers. That's only tweeted 50 times. And listen, they may be right, but I would be really cautious of going off a account like this, especially during a silly season when you have so much trolling going on. This account doesn't seem to be a trolling account, but this account looks a little light in the pants, if you get what I'm saying. And so, yes, Craig Fitzgerald has been approached by two different schools, actually, 2 schools in ACC, from what I understand, North Carolina and Maryland. And Matt Brown knows that Craig Fitzgerald is one of the best in the business. And so, yes, 2 ACC schools want him. And I know that he has talked to folks and has really gone back and forth on what to do. I know his family likes Knoxville. And Pruitt did give him a heck of an opportunity and invested a ton of money in him. And that would be that would not be a good look if he were to leave after 1 year. Vol Nation, my friend.
Would that be a bad look on him, or would that be a bad look on Pruitt? That was a question that I had because I was thinking Pruitt brought him in, allowed him to spend all this money, and then all of a sudden he leaves in 1 year. Who would that look bad on?
It's hard for me to point the finger really at anyone, to be honest. It would just be a situation that just stinks. Maryland, what they went through, him being from Maryland, when you see your school hurting the way Maryland was hurting this year, you don't blame a guy like Craig Fitzgerald, who is an alum, to say, hey, I want to go back and help that program, help my school. They're bleeding right now. I wouldn't blame him for leaving, but I would not be happy about the situation because of the investment we put into him and the situation that we would be in on our 5th or 6th strength coach in 5 or 6 years. That would stink. So I can't blame one person. If Pruitt was hard to work for or something like that, and Craig was like, yeah, I would rather work for someone else, then I would look at Pruitt. That would be on Pruitt. But because I don't know that, I can't pick one or the other as being, whose fault it is or who looks bad in the situation. I totally understand from the Maryland side why they want Craig Fitzgerald. If he were to leave, I would understand. I wouldn't like it, but I would understand.
No doubt. Yeah, because I personally would love for him to stay. But if he decides to go, just as Coach Pruitt went and found and brought in Fitzgerald, I believe he would once again go out there and find another quality coach to bring in. Now, of course, there's relationship building and a lot of things that have to transition, but I think, he could go out there and get someone, maybe not as good as him, but close to, and that would suffice and do the job, and we could keep on trucking because we got a lot of good things happening right now, and I'm excited about, like I said, the kids coming in, excited about the future, and I think it's should be a normal thing where our coaches are being pursued. You know what I'm saying? If our coaches are being pursued, that means they're doing a great job, and he's got quality coaches. So I'm okay with that. And I appreciate the show, man. Appreciate everything. I'm not going to address anything about Penny and Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I love Penny and I love Memphis. But some of the stuff that's going on is a little petty to me, so I don't really deal with all that.
Get your boy Charles, Vol Nation. Get your boy Charles, man.
And I'm not saying it's just Penny, in retaliating. Now, some of the things I've seen, even with Coach Barnes, he didn't have to say anything about, fist balling up and everything, but he did, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was a little petty, but, you kind of brushed it off. It was a little jokey or whatever. But you got to, once again, think about the people that in Memphis. We got a certain mentality, you know what I'm saying? And we won't be disrespected in any kind of form or fashion. So I think they need to squash this, stick to playing basketball, and get out the papers, you know what I'm saying, and move forward, you know what I'm saying? It's just too much going on right now. I don't do drama, so.
I'm with you, Vol Nation, man. I'm with you. I mean, when you accuse another team of running out with their fist balled up.
When it was clear that they didn't.
And then when you mention another player by name and you put your hands on him, honestly, Rick Barnes has really shown a lot of control by just being sarcastic with Bob Kesselin, because he really could have said something different to Penny, because Penny really kind of crossed the line there by putting his hands on one of Rick Barnes' players.
And then turning the situation around and making it seem like Jordan Bone created that situation when it was Alex Lomax getting in the face of Jordan Bone.
Yeah. This is going to be a great rivalry. I can't wait till these tickets go on sale next year, because
and then they'll stop playing after this series is over.
Man, they'll be sold out. They'll be sold out, man. This game next year will be crazy at Thompson Bowling Arena. It will be loud. Penny will get the business from the fans. I look forward to that. 865-250-503. Stay with us.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense.
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The Berry Punch and Activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the Pure Recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain-O, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The Chocolate Gladiator and the Chocolate Shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you will feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
Gentlemen, when it comes to taking care of your health, sometimes the first step is the hardest. Low T Center is making it easier to take that first step. It all starts with knowing the numbers that are essential to a man. Testosterone levels, blood pressure, cholesterol, prostate, and thyroid. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to get all these levels checked and more. Low T Center specializes in men's health and has expanded their services, including sleep apnea, low thyroid, hypertension, severe allergies, high cholesterol, diabetes, and annual physicals, along with testosterone replacement therapy. The physicians at Low T Center not only want to help you feel good again, they want to help you prevent any serious health problems moving forward. Now, with the holistic approach to your overall health and wellness, Low T Center is making it more convenient for men to take care of their health. and most health insurance is accepted. They'll even verify for you. Take the first step for your health and call 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Reinventing men's healthcare. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Alcoa Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union has helped people save money for almost 80 years. Whether it's free checking, financing a vehicle, or purchasing that new home, Alcoa 10 is here to help you. Better rates, better service. Check them out at atfcu.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Member NCUA.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Eight 255 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. It looks like Sean Brown is in the bag. Tight end, Rome, Georgia, Coosa High School. He is officially a volunteer. Are we still doing the fax machine stuff? Is that still a thing? Still doing that, or is there a way you can basically send that to a coach on his phone now? I think I've seen where we have passed the whole fax machine.
I thought we were still using the fax machine.
Yeah, I think it adds to the drama of signing. I think it can be pretty cool.
I mean, it's just that old school feeling. I mean, is it really National Signing Day without fax machines? I mean, I know it's 2018, but
Chris Lowe just tweeted this less than a minute ago. As the signees start to roll in for Tennessee football, one of Pruitt's biggest recruits was holding onto head strength coach Craig Fitzgerald, who told Pruitt this morning he was staying at Tennessee after Maryland made a hard run at him, folks. So,
and Tyus Fields is in.
Tyus Fields is in.
Yes, the corner from, I believe, North Carolina. Borderline 3-star, 4-star. So,
man,
give me all the defensive backs, and thank goodness Fitzgerald is staying.
You know what? Maybe I won't cuss Comcast out after all.
That is huge news because what's that?
No, just because I'm serious. At 10-on-1, I'm calling Comcast.
Oh, I know.
But since Craig Fitzgerald's staying, I'm feeling happy. Maybe I shouldn't cuss him out. Maybe I shouldn't call him. Maybe I should let him slide.
I mean, it's big news because, as you said in the last segment yesterday, Craig Fitzgerald was going to Maryland. And this morning, thankfully, Craig Fitzgerald is not going to Tennessee because, as Chris Lowe said, one of Jeremy Pruitt's biggest recruits was holding on to head strength coach Craig Fitzgerald.
Craig Fitzgerald tweeted out 2 minutes ago, excited to welcome all these new Vols to the team. Let's get to work. Hashtag powered by the T. Yeah, Craig, don't be acting like you wouldn't think about leaving now. I ain't going to say nothing. Glad to see him staying. glad to see him stand. That means a lot. That means a lot.
It is. I mean, it's one less staff continuity that you have to worry about. Him leaving would have been terrible just because I believe it would have been a fourth strength coach in 4 seasons because you had Dave Lawson and then you had the other – well, I guess he was there for – no, it would have – yeah, who was after Dave Lawson? Who was his understudy that took over? I can't forget. Mike Surgeon. And then you had Rock Gullickson last year. And then it actually would have been 5 and 5 years. Oh, thank goodness Craig Fitzgerald is staying. That is absurd to think about. Tennessee could have had 5 strength and conditioning coaches in 5 years.
You know, someone on the text box, and, hey, you just may not understand this at all. Michael in Prattville says, I don't see what was all great about Fitzgerald. Our boards are getting hit left and right. Look at the injuries. Look at the injuries. I've talked to many people in this business. And, yes, Scott Cochran in Alabama is known as the best. Craig Fitzgerald's right there. He is right there. Maryland was not the only school that came after Craig Fitzgerald. I had people telling me that Mike Brown wanted Craig Fitzgerald too. Matt Brown returning to North Carolina, he's not playing any games. The staff that he's put together, it's a really good staff. He's plucked coaches from the SEC. He's putting together a really good staff. And he, according to folks I've talked to, was after Craig Fitzgerald. That means a lot. And you think about this fan base and everything that's happened to this program, you go out and you bring in a Craig Fitzgerald from the NFL. And make no mistakes about it, Craig Fitzgerald reached out to Tennessee, reached out to Jeremy Pruitt. He told a story about how he jumped on a flight, paid this Uber driver not to say anything. Like, he pursued this job. He pursued this job. And Pruitt is a first-time head coach. You're trying to rebuild this program. You can't skip out right now. You can't skip out right now. You told Coach Fulmer what you needed to be successful. You needed a new weight room. Coach said, okay. Made him the second highest paid strength coach in the country.
I wonder how much money he's going to be making now.
I don't know. Ain't my money. I don't care.
Quit spending it on buildings and give it to the strength coach.
Give it to people. Give it to people who help you win games. We gave Craig Fitzgerald everything he asked for. And so I just appreciate Craig Fitzgerald deciding to stay. I would have understood if he went to Maryland. I wouldn't have liked it, but I understand and I appreciate that. I know his family loves this area, Knoxville. They are involved there, the Catholic high school, and I really appreciate it. I really do. I really do appreciate it. I know these players appreciate it a lot. I know there's a lot of other strength coaches who are great, who was looking at this job, and they were ready. Listen, they were ready to replace Craig Fitzgerald. In the past, Tennessee has tried to hire a head coach, and we've gotten a bunch of no's. But I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of good strength coaches were chomping at the bit to be here at Tennessee being a strength coach. And not just any strength coaches, like some of the best ones in the country. But I'm glad we don't have to make that move. Now we can focus on getting good players and hiring a dang OC. 865-255-03. Hour 3 powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End BBQ has a new slew of daily specials for the fall. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the smokehouse stew, barbecue cheddar meatloaf, or the smoked turkey and dressing, which includes sliced smoked turkey and cornbread dressing paired with sautéed Brussels sprouts, mashed potatoes, and a side of turkey gravy. While Dead End offers a different specialty meal each day, you can get their hillbilly chili every day. There is always something new at Dead End BBQ. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End BBQ. The fall flavor search is over.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
According to Chris Lowe of ESPN, good friend of the show, had him on yesterday because he was going to be at campus covering early signing period, so we had to move some things over, but he is there today, which is the reason why he had a chance to report that Credit Fitzgerald is staying put. Austin Price did put that out as well. So if you want to give points here, Austin Price put it out first. For those that care about this stuff, I just don't really give a damn, if you ask me. I don't get up for who's first, and I don't care. I care about getting it right. I don't care.
So a couple of commitments have made it official in signing with Tennessee, and that would be Brian Maurer, Tennessee's quarterback of the class of 2019. Jalen McCullough, a 4-star defensive back from the state of Georgia. Powder Springs, Georgia, has made it official. And as you said, Swain Sean Brown, a 3-star tight end, and Tyus Fields, a 4-star defensive back from Cornelius, North Carolina, has signed with Tennessee as well. So all the commitments are beginning to make it official. The big one later today being Wanye Morris. I believe it's 2:30, somewhere around then is when he's planning on sending in his letter of intent.
My eyes right now, they are on Justin Eboigbe. He's going to sign at 11:30. Chad Simmons of Rivals tweeted out 14 minutes ago, will the Bama commit stay with the Tide? There's a lot of chatter around his name this morning. Could the Vols come in and steal this one late? One that is worth watching. You go and you look at Justin Boygby's tweet, and he said that his decision is going to make some people mad. And he knows where he's going. Why would his decision in Alabama make anybody mad? That's where everybody expects him to go, right? He's already committed to Alabama.
The only thing I could think of is that since he is from Georgia, Georgia was pursuing him pretty heavily. Would the Georgia natives be upset about him leaving the state of Georgia to go to Alabama? That's the only other scenario that I could think of. I hope his tweet was referencing Alabama fans. Don't be mad at me because I'm going to Tennessee.
I hope so. No, I really hope so.
I mean, that would be – you could almost – unless he just got to campus and just bust, I mean, he would – you could pencil him in as a day one starter almost simply because you don't really have anybody at defensive end right now. You're relying on guys who are unproven to take a gigantic leap this offseason and play right away. You're going to need production from guys who haven't shown that they can produce at this level. So you could almost pencil him in as a day one starter.
I mean, there's really good players in this class, okay? And these coaches are happy to have all of them because all of them are important to helping Tennessee get back to where they want to be. But there's a few players on this staff. I'm sorry. There's a few players in this class that some of these coaches feel like are program changers. Program changes. That would be Darnell Wright. That would be Wanye Moores. That would be Kavaris Couch. And it would also be Justin Boygby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they look at him as a program changer. So a lot of work has been put into him, and let's see if it pays off. Let's see if starting day one, playing all 3 or 4 years, getting that playing time from Jump Street, if that really, really impresses Justin Boygby enough to flip to Tennessee. We'll see.
I mean, he's a big guy, big arms, big lower body, very quick off the ball, 6'4 and a half, 263 pounds, 24/7 has him as the number 53 player in the country, the number 5 defensive end. So, I mean, like you said, he is, for where Tennessee is, he's a program changer in the sense of he probably plays day one simply because there's nobody else to play from day one.
Plays day one, man. Plays day one. Plays day one. I heard the story about I heard a story, but the story came from Clemson's wideout coach, Jeff Scott. So a couple of years ago, I was at the Fulton Catholic game. It's Amari's last year, whatever, and Jeff Scott was there watching Amari. And we were talking, and he was telling me a story about how they had T. Higgins on campus at a camp. And they saw T. Higgins catching the ball, running routes, jumping, whatever. And Dabo came up to him and was like, oh, day one starter. Day one starter. Coaches can tell sometimes who are going to be program changers for them day one. And I say that, I know that's a sensitive topic, but I use that example to illustrate how maybe the coaches feel about Justin Boygby. They feel that way about him. So you get him, woo boy, that would be a splash. That would be a splash. Because normally when you see a player pick a school other than Alabama may not have really wanted that player. Maybe that player didn't have a committable offer. But Michigan just took a player that Alabama really wanted. And if Tennessee is able to do that with a Boygby, be a huge reason to get excited. And sometimes you just don't know who has a committable offer, who doesn't. A Boygby definitely has a committable offer.
100%, and that is the difference between Jeremy Pruitt recruiting and the former staff's recruiting, because the former staff, they would get 4-star guys who reportedly had an offer to Auburn and LSU and Alabama and Florida and Georgia. But when you peel the curtain back, they weren't committable offers. These guys that Jeremy Pruitt is getting in this class, the Wanye Morris, potentially Darnell Wright, potentially Quavaris Crouch, Justin Ekboybe, these are guys who have legitimate offers to Alabama, to Auburn, to LSU, to Georgia, the schools that you have to beat in order to get to Atlanta, to get in the playoffs. This is real deal talent. And it's funny, we say that Michigan is taking players from Alabama. Tennessee might get a player from Alabama. But then Alabama's out here flipping guys from Texas A&M, they flipped somebody else this morning. School's slipping my mind. But Alabama loses one, and then they replace them right back with the top talent. So it's frustrating in a sense that no matter what, Alabama still gets any guy at once.
I've said this before on the show because we had some folks who were like, man, it's quiet in recruiting. Why is it so quiet? Why is it so quiet? And I had to explain kind of what's going on in college football, where you don't want to flip a player until right before signing day or right before it's time to send in that fax or that LOI. You want to be the last person who flips them. So you want to keep it a secret. And I hope what you're seeing today kind of backs what I set up. You're seeing some late flips. You're seeing guys wait till today to make their final decision. If they decide to go against the grain and flip from a school that they're committed to, they do it today. Because that way no one can call you tomorrow and go, come on, man, flip back. Come on, commit to us. Come on back. No, there's no tomorrow after today. If you sign today, the phone calls stop. You follow your heart today, and you ride with your decision, and you don't look back. That's been the change in recruiting this year than the years past. You got guys flipping 3 or 4 times. And then they want to make an announcement. No, you commit, you continue to go on with the recruiting process, and if you want to flip, you do it today. And so eyes on Justin Ekboybe, my eyes on Jalen Ellis.
That last name, I'm already tired of it.
I'm good. I can say it. I'm good.
Poor Bob Kessling if
he'll get it, man.
Comes to Tennessee.
He'll get it. He'll practice.
I feel like I need to be a student in detention and just instead of writing it 1,000 times on the chalkboard, just say it 1,000 times over and over and over.
We good.
Ekboybe.
Nacho says unless he pulls a Quay Walker. Hopefully he pulls a Quay Walker in our favor.
Yes.
And puts on a Bama hat and takes it off for an Orange Tennessee hat. That would be great. That's so disrespectful. I don't like it when kids do that, but I'm not gonna lie. I would be biased and like it if somebody did it in the favor of Tennessee. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Reinventing men's healthcare. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Today will be mostly sunny with a high of 56 and a low around 42. There is a 90% chance of rain tomorrow with a high near 50 and a low around 43. More showers on Friday with a high in the mid-40s. Weather on the Swain Event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com.
Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain Event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give Be-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, Be-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. Be-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words: better call Be-Dry. Reach out to Be-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call Be-Dry.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy. VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense.
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The Berry Punch and Activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the Pure Recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain-O, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The Chocolate Gladiator and the Chocolate Shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you will feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
If you aren't following the Swain Event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
Let's get to Mark on the Beat Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Mark, good morning.
Bueno, my brother, what's happening?
What's up, Mark?
Man, I'm excited today, bro. I'm excited about signing day, and I get to watch a Tennessee basketball game after 2 years. Y'all gave me permission, so I'm gonna get to watch one.
No,
he got permission, man. It's Sanford.
No, Charlie gave you permission. I'm a little worried about it because Sanford is 9-2 on the season, with their only loss being to Ohio State and some other good small program.
No, man. There's no take backs. I heard y'all say it was okay.
No, Charlie said it was okay. I was worried.
Charlie spoke for the show.
All right. Well, crap. Does that mean I got to listen to it on radio again?
Hey, man, you can watch the game, man. I feel confident. We're good.
Watch the first half, and then if it's close at halftime, then turn it off.
That's exactly what I was going to do, man. I was going to watch a little bit of it, start going back, I'm cutting it off. I got the smoker ready to go, man. I'm all excited. It's going to be a good day for UT today, bro.
Oh, it has been already, man.
I heard a couple of the commits. I've been listening this morning. It sounds like it's going to be all right, man.
Hey, I won't say he's the biggest commit because – give me some good players all day long, but he's certainly a big commit, and that is strength coach Craig Fitzgerald saying that basically he didn't say it, but he said it by his tweet by saying that he is happy for all the players coming in with this class in a tweet.
It's going to be a good one, brother.
Yep.
It's going to be a good one. That's all I got today, man. Y'all have a great day.
See you, man. Also, this should be a nice lesson for us Tennessee fans, too, to understand that in recruiting, you're not going to get a bunch of, like, sizzle and fireworks and chest bumping and hot saucing. This staff doesn't operate like this. They move in silence, but they move. And they're going to recruit. I said that for an entire year. When this staff was put together, I said, listen, I ain't worried about them recruiting. They're going to get players. There's too many good recruiters on the staff for it not to happen. And then Coach Fulmer, being the AD, I ain't worried about recruiting.
Nope.
There may be some other things I'm worried about, first year AD, first year head coach, communication, things like that. But when it comes to recruiting, I ain't worried about that at all.
I mean, Jeremy Pruitt is the epitome of a player's coach. Yesterday in the article that Austin Price put out about Tanner Antonui receiving the medical hardship, is going to be a student coach. He said, Tanner did, that Jeremy Pruitt is the realest coach that he has ever talked to. And that's how every player that has played for Jeremy Pruitt has felt. I mean, heck, the guy named one of his sons after two of his former players. So the number one thing that can be in your favor in recruiting is relationships, and Jeremy Pruitt is the master of having good relationships with high school football players, and as does the rest of his staff. And that's why you see last year you didn't see those relationships paying off, and now they are.
Georgia gets their Justin Fields replacement. Justin Fields' name went into the transfer portal yesterday, and Georgia flipped Ohio State commit DeJuan Mathis. So we'll be seeing DeJuan soon. Hopefully not next year. Maybe Kirby puts him in on 4th down 11, do a fake punt.
Well, wouldn't we want to see him next year? Because that means Jake Fromm isn't in the game.
I mean, for Jake Fromm's sake and for the football god's sake, hopefully you don't see him. But, hey, for Tennessee's sake, man, hey, try to play him. Put him in there. Mix him in with Jake Fromm. Who cares about the offensive chemistry? Put him in there. Hey, put him in there on some fake punts. I think that'd be great too.
I think he should put him on the punt team every single time Georgia has 4th and 11.
Chris Lowe better not ever talk about me being Hollywood. Have y'all seen Tennessee's football account? ESPN's Chris Lowe is in the building with coverage all day long on National Signing Day 2019. You go and look at the video. Chris Lowe has the lower third where it introduces him, has his name there and all orange. Chris, Hollywood. And then I responded on that tweet and says, Hollywood. He says, I knew that was coming. And Judge Judy said to tell you hello. Nope. Don't try to deflect, Chris Lowe. You are Hollywood, my friend. You are reporting from inside of the complex, right there in the coach's office on National Signing Day. I would never get that luxury, that opportunity. I'm not big time enough.
Chris from Dyer makes a great point. Tennessee is PU.
What?
Georgia is fake PU.
He makes a terrible point. We're not PU.
What punter are we signing today? Oh, that's right. We already have the newest member of PU already enrolled in Joe Doyle.
We're not PU.
And then we have Paxton Brooks, who is also phenomenal. Have you seen those onside kicks this year? It wasn't his fault that they weren't recovered. They were beautifully placed. If Tennessee could just fall on one.
Truth.
PU.
Stop.
Georgia's the fake PU.
Dude, we're not PU. We're not doing that. We're having a good morning, except for Comcast.
Comcast can go on somewhere.
Comcast is PU. But we're not PU. We're having a good morning, Ben. Don't mess it up.
Volvo Titan, a.k.a. Tyler, has helped me out. It is E-Boybe, according to Ryan Callahan.
Just get him, all right? Just get him. Just get him, Tennessee. Looking at him, looking at Jalen Ellis, can we flip one or both of these guys? Comcast, I think Austin Price and Chris Lowe saved you. I think they saved you, Comcast. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide today. I'm gonna show some grace, cause you know they're gonna tell me anyways. Oh, there's nothing we can do anyways. I'm gonna say my energy. I'm gonna be positive. I'll be positive. Thank you, Chris Lowe. Thank you, Austin Price and Craig Fitzgerald. You made my morning, and you made Tennessee fans' morning, cause Because we get loyalty. We finally get some loyalty.
Finally.
We get it. Same time tomorrow, 7 a.m., we'll be here to talk about this class for Ben McKee and Charlie Burris, who had to leave a little bit earlier. I'm Jason Swain. Hope you have a great, great Wednesday. Peace and love.